ready yourselves, but then Irina opens the door and takes a look. Why is the chair falling down? Did you put the chair here?
Yes.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. Mm.
And I go back to bed.
You could have rested peacefully. I don't think that there would have been any danger.
Why did you go into my room?
In my room? To sleep?
We're in the hall.
Yes.
Oh, we're sleeping in the hall.
Yeah. Good morning.
I don't have rooms for you to sleep in individually. So
It's a mansion. What the fuck?
After a night.
I thought that it would be best for you to sleep next to the door, as that would be the only place somebody would try to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Well, she apologizes for that. She faces you and says, whenever you're ready, we can try to take my father's body, and we should go over to the church. We have to meet with Donovich so that we can lay my father's body to rest. Whenever you're ready, we can go.
Who's Donovich? Is he the priest?
Yes, he is the priest of the village.
I go to the kitchen first, and I grab a clove of garlic.
Sure, you can take some cloves of garlic. Tell me, what are you going to use the garlic for?
Well, there's a reason why the garlic's there, eh?
Okay, but what do? You take a clove, and now what?
No, I take... Surely there's like... Because usually you get like these garlic, like big garlic strands of things. So I'm going to grab a few of them and put them on around my neck.
Okay, you come out of the kitchen with garlic cloves around your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Irina says, why would you take the garlic with you?
I've watched this movie. I mean, I read this book.
I saw this play.
What are movies?
Movie?
And, yeah, and garlic, I mean, vampires don't like garlic. Everybody knows this.
Really?
Oh, do you have any silver?
No. If we had silver, it was given to the militia of the village. All of the silver in the village was pooled so that the blacksmith may forge weapons for the guardsmen. Currently,
made of silver.
With the guardsmen.
Made of silver?
Aye.
That's a crappy weapon.
Well, it works well enough for the guardsmen.
Do I know? Can I tell? Do I know why they use silver?
Let me
Is it a history check? Or...
Yeah, you have a good enough. Okay, could you roll a history check for me, please?
Yeah. It's just because I do know, but I don't know if my character knows.
Yeah, that's
what
everybody knows, but...
Not 20.
Not 20, yeah. You know the ins and outs of vampires as you've studied most of your life on anything occult. When it came to the library section of your woods where you lived. So you do know that vampires are sensitive to silver, and you do know that they're sensitive to sunlight, and you have a innate knowledge on vampire weakness. So you do know, yes.
Do I know that if garlic does anything, or if it's just stupid?
Garlic. You do know garlic is a very good antiseptic in case an injury might happen. You could make some poultices out of it, as you do have herbs, and garlic is a good enough, let's say, you could make it a good sauce to apply with herbs to make a good poultice to treat wounds. But garlic in itself would not have any effects on any higher vampires.
Okay. I'll take it anyway. But instead of putting it around my neck, I'll I'll just quietly put it back into my backpack, and I don't tell anyone that I was just being silly.
Okay. Can you two roll a perception check for me, please? Vorn and Alakar.
15.
13.
Okay. When you see Aoife coming out with the cloves of garlic around her neck as she was having her conversation, you notice her shiftingly going to one corner of the hallway as she takes that off quickly as possible. Just stuffs it down her bag, and then she kind of looks left, right, thinking that nobody saw her, and just joins back. Okay. So, Irina beckons you to come upstairs to the study where Burgomaster Iljanovich's body is, and she says, okay, normally my brother tried to ask people around the village to help us move my father's body to the cemetery and to have a procession at the church, but nobody was brave enough to help him. So that's why I asked him to find adventurers to assist us. Since he's missing and probably under some control because of what happened last night, I don't think I can depend on him anymore. Do you two think you're strong enough to help me move his body to the cemetery?
And I get extremely offended that I was not asked. And I was like, Irina, that is extremely sexist.
Do you think you can carry it with them?
No, of course not. But, ought to be considered.
Your consideration is noted, but
Do you want to
if
trade?
you want to help, feel free.
Hmm.
Maybe you can use your nature abilities to help carry the body. You could take the coffin by roots or something. I don't know.
Nah, I'm only level 1. But I'll leave it to the boys. I'm sure they'll be funny.
What is she talking about? Level 1.
Be like level of nerving.
Of the magics. So you wouldn't know because you're not. I
Like
don't know if you're
white belt.
She nods her head.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm a white belt.
She takes the cover of the coffin and puts it in there. She looks around for some nails and a hammer and starts nailing the coffin shut.
Okay.
After she's done, she looks towards you and says, "Okay, let's get going."
Okay. I'll grab.
Can all of you roll a strength check to see if you're at least able to do it?
Sure. Oh, not bad. 19.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Uh-huh. No, it's a 4.
Okay. So, Alakar and Vorn, they both go on each end of the coffin and they start lifting it. With Irina taking some of the wilted flowers and putting them in a basket. She kind of takes a look at Aoife as she is on one side of the coffin, kind of struggling to push it up. The two of them kind of look at each other and say,
I'm like,
Let it go before you get yourself hurt.
And I let go and I do little things.
and so you leave the house. Irina opens the door by the lever. It starts opening. You see that before she exits the house, she lets you two walk ahead with the coffin. And when all three of you are outside the house, she takes a very large key and attaches it nearby her blade on the side. As she does that, she kicks the locking mechanism and starts to run very fast outside so that the door doesn't close behind her. And she says, "Okay, let's go."
Irina,
You make your way through the village.
hold on.
Yeah.
Irina,
What? How?
one
What?
question. Why did you tell your brother to go find adventurers, but he didn't have a key to the house?
Well, I don't know who my brother will bring, so I can't very well put myself and our father's corpse and the house in danger. This is all that we have left, and it was his choice to go as well.
How do I trust her answer?
Roll a perception check.
Insight.
Oh yeah, sorry, insight. Roll an insight. You can all roll an insight check if you want to.
Yeah, no, 4.
Let's try.
Natural 1.
15.
15.
Friendliest person in
Okay.
the world.
Aoife, you don't sense any deceit in her lies, and she's
Lies.
sorry. You don't sense any deceit in her words. What I was going to say is, for the rest of you two, you feel as if she's lying through her teeth.
Okay. Good to know.
So
Alright.
1 bit.
Okay.
Is
Let
there
me
a
just-
reason why you don't trust your brother, though? Obviously, he tried to poison you now, but you didn't know that. Is there a reason why you don't trust him?
Yes, because he's not capable. He's wiry and shifty, and he's not commanding. Trusting him to go talk to people that he never met and convince them to give us assistance with no immediate reward is not something that's easy to do for most people, let alone to convince a party of combat-ready adventurers to put their lives at risk, even though they're in the most cursed place on this world. You could understand my apprehension at his success.
So why didn't you go instead of him?
How can I say this? The devil Strad, he has a obsession, and unfortunately it is with me. The reason the house is attacked all the time is that he wants
to
to have...
Sorry.
I don't know if that is his objective, but he definitely wants me for some reason.
So really, you didn't employ us to help you take the body. You employed us to be your bodyguards.
You can say that, yes.
Could have just said that.
You shouldn't have to say, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, does this make you feel better now that you know?
I would feel better if you actually come clean with us and don't deceive us into.
And you're trying to make a situation where just, I don't know, the lord of vast cursed land, depiction of evil, very strong guy. You want us to feel better now that we know that we have to defend against him because we have his prize?
Well, I know this might not be easy to swallow as a pill, but eventually you would still have to face him. Whether it was protecting me
Oh yeah, sure.
protecting yourself. If he so wishes, he could be here at this moment. Safe
Exactly.
within our house.
In this moment, I'm not ready.
When you say that, you kind of feel a
Yeah,
chill
we're level
in your
1.
spine. When you say that,
Yeah.
you kind of feel a chill on your spine. You all do. Instantly.
Do I
the
see?
same time.
I'm keeping eyes to see if anyone is looking at us with, I
No,
don't know, a
but you,
strange way.
Von Tween, you also notice the others having the same sensation as you, and she notices and says, "Well, at least now we know he's watching. Let's keep going." And she goes forward.
Fuck.
Okay.
As you're going through the village, I put the map in the general tab.
Mhm.
You arrive at the church. Da, da, da. Okay. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft, there's a sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church is obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end, and it's worn and weary. There's a bell tower that rises towards the back, and there are flickering light shrines through the holes in the shingled roof. There's a rafter, but it kind of strains feebly against the load. As you approach the church, you see that the heavy doors of the church are covered with claw marks and they're scarred by fire. Okay. Okay, when you arrive with the coffin, Irina goes close to the entrance and says, Donovich, I'm here at final end time. Sorry. Donovich, I'm finally here at this time to finish the processions for my father. I demand you come outside and receive us. What do you guys do?
I look at Vorn and like, the man?
I go, yeah, you go, girl.
Just a sec.
I'm looking. I'm keeping an eye on everything around us to see if anything strange.
So far, nothing is out of the ordinary. Since it's daytime, the place seems quite peaceful, actually. Even though the sky is gray as usual, and there doesn't seem to be a very cheerful atmosphere. The church looks weary, old, and battered, but the area is peaceful as it is. There doesn't seem to be anything that would indicate danger or an immediate point of concern. You notice that whatever is around the area seems to be well tended, at least in the capabilities of a priest and its caretakers. As you wait, there doesn't seem to be any response from the church. Irina starts shouting louder to Donovich to get his ass out.
I try to open the door.
Okay. If you go close to the door, could you roll a investigation check for me?
No. 3.
You notice that the door is locked.
Well done, man.
Do you want to do anything about it?
Sorry, what?
I said that Von Twin approached the door and noticed it was locked. And I'd asked him if you wanted to do anything about it.
I'll check the sides of the church.
I'll use thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm.
To cause a sound coming from inside the church saying, "Hey, you've got people waiting at the door." Quite loud.
Okay. Roll to cast. Roll a d20.
Do I have to roll?
It's thaumaturgy.
Okay then. Sorry.
I don't think you have to roll.
Can you roll can you roll a performance check for me?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Sorry.
That's 12, but what's performance? Is that it? Just 12, I don't have anything? Yeah. Oh no. 13. Yeah, 13.
Okay, 13. Okay. Your voice booms out with the thaumaturgy effect, and it kind of kills any silence that the surrounding area has. Crows start flying outside of the trees that
Oh,
they perched. They start making a murder of crows surrounding the chapel. You see hundreds of crows now start surrounding the top of the chapel, the bell tower specifically, and all you hear are the cawing of crows incessantly and constantly until the bell starts to ring. First bell starts ringing, ding. Second time, ding. Third time, ding. Fourth time, ding. Crows dissipate. They start leaving the area. Um, they go towards the fog in the distance, and they seem to vanish. And as the bell stops ringing after the fourth rung, the heavy oak doors start opening, and you see a man in a priestly robe carrying a infuser with incense coming out of it, smoking, as he opens the door to lead a procession of throwing the incense in front and the back to suffuse the air with the smell and the smoke. As he approaches with his staff and the incense burner on in his other hand, he closes in into Irina, ignoring you three, as um, he goes close to her to whisper something to her ears, coming back and says, "Welcome. I welcome you all to the church of our village. It is a holy place that we've protected for long, and I would like you to maintain the silence, as even though it may not be that obvious to you, um, we do not want to attract a lot of attention, especially not from Strahd's, let's say, investigators with wings." And he kind of looks towards the girl who shouted very hard and startled what possibly could have been, well, crows are an entity that might serve. Since the bell was rung and the crows are gone, nothing seems to keep an eye on this area. Your chilling sensation that you've had on your spine also seems to go away with the crows. And you see Donovich kind of pointing his staff towards the casket where the Burgomaster is. And he approaches you all and says, "Well, whenever you are ready, we can take him inside and begin the proceedings." And turns back and walks inside the church, constantly throwing incense left and right. So, what do? Irina follows him, obviously, and she goes with him inside.
Oh, she doesn't even wait for the casket to be picked up.
No, she wants to get inside the church as fast as possible.
Okay, I'll grab the casket to
Okay.
Oh,
coffin.
Both pallbearers take the casket and they slowly move inside. Do you do anything outside, Aoife?
No, I just walk in.
Okay. You all three are inside. Okay. As you walk through the heavy wooden doors, they reveal a 10-foot. If you guys want to take a look at the map, they reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit, and it kind of smells like mildew, like damp, moist mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall. They lead to some of the adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel on the inside has debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer as they slowly speak the words. You don't really recognize what the prayer is, as it is in Barovian, so It's not really specific to what you would know. But if you prefer, you can roll for an investigation check to try and understand.
How uncomfortable do I feel inside of this church?
You know, for a change, you don't feel that bad. It is kind of reminiscing to the same feeling you've had when you were at that church in Neverwinter.
Okay.
And could you roll a performance check for me, please?
Me?
Yes.
A performance?
Yes, a performance check.
17.
As you walk inside and you take a strut, your worries go away. You feel as if you need to show what you've done so far. You don't understand why, but your walk, your guise, your eyesight, your perception of the surrounding tells you that you need to perform a act of showing yourself, showing your capability, as you notice a small little spider in its cobweb dangling close to one of the altars. You feel the many eyes of the spider fixed right at you. What would you like to do? And as a parenthesis, just for you to understand what I'm trying to, with the vibe that I'm trying to tell you, is that the spider, or the sense that you're feeling, is that it's expecting you to offer the same courtesy you've offered when you visited the first church, as a performance, a show to your dedication to your god. That's why I asked you for a performance check. Since you hear somebody praying to their own god in their church, your notice of the spider tells you that perhaps you should offer a prayer. As a performance, obviously.
Okay.
Is there a religion to this, or is there like just one religion? Or is this like a specific?
The Barovian religion. Let me just try to pull that up really quick. Sorry. Okay, so since Barovians are very religious, they have strong beliefs and a lot of superstitions. Their god is the Morning Lord and the Mother Night. This seems to be a church for the Morning Lord. Even though the Morning Lord is a deity of light and, benevolence, the sun hasn't really shined in Barovia for a very, very fucking long time. And that kind of has barred the Morning Lord from taking care of his followers. But this church still has its devotees, and they are constantly praying to their Morning Lord, as it is the main religion of the Barovians. But there are two gods that are preyed upon in Barovia, and that would be the Morning Lord and the Mother Night. And you know this, as you have a good history. The rest of them, got no shit, no idea.
No.
I'll just keep it to myself.
Yeah. When I see the spider, I just straighten myself up like a proud member of the drow. Jesus, what's the word? Oh, I forgot the word.
Cast, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Cast, sure. And I look directly at the spider. I bow lightly, and I thank the Spider Queen for her blessing upon myself, and to give me strength so that I can accomplish the objective that I promised her.
Okay. All of you notice that the lights in the church kind of seem to dim a little, and all of you hear some skittering in the walls. Footsteps of small, tiny little spiders kind of go across the walls, and quite a strange event starts happening in the sense that shadows that are cast by the light of the candles, they seem to take an unnatural form. They don't go over to anybody else but Von Twin as he is kneeling offering his prayer. Shadows align it themselves up to a point towards Von Twin. As he finishes the prayer, everything starts to go back to normal. Shadows retreat, the skittering noises fade away, and everything is back to normal.
We all see this?
Yes, you all see this.
What did you just say?
Oh yeah, because you didn't understand anything what I was
Nah.
saying.
No, it was drow language.
Yeah, I spoke in Undercommon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You mind explaining the saying and the doing and the thing? Maybe later. Doesn't have to be right now on a mission, but we'll catch up on that.
I'll disregard it completely.
Yeah, you brush it off. You don't react at all, Aoife?
Well, I'm just kind of like not really sure what just happened, and I kind of don't say anything. Surprisingly, I don't say anything, but I'm just kind of like eagerly waiting for the moments that we do talk about it. But I don't. This is the moment because
Not really.
no. Yeah.
As he made his prayer, obviously the other people in the church didn't really pay attention. In their perspective, they didn't really notice anything was happening. They did see Von Twin take a knee and offer a prayer, but they didn't understand what the prayer was for, so they didn't really mind that he was praying in a church. They just chalked it off to somebody who wanted to maybe talk to their god in a holy place. Yet regardless, they continued on with their procession. As the casket was left close to the entrance, close to the entrance in the area where there is debris, where you see those broken chairs, the casket is left in the middle of that place. It hasn't made as far as the altar, and there is a person at the altar praying, but it's not the only person in the church praying. The person that is praying raises themselves and approaches Donovich to have a discussion regarding the burial procedures. However, in the church itself, you still hear faint prayers coming from around the area. Might be from one of the rooms or some other place where you can't see. Give me just a moment. Okay. Now, what do you guys want to do at this point? So the casket is on the ground. Ivana and Donovich are discussing with the other clergymen regarding the procession. Do you guys want to explore the church or take a look around outside? What would you like to do?
Where are they going to bury it? Is it on the northern side of the church, or
So they're going to have Irina.
where is the casket now?
The casket is inside the church. You can look on the map,
Yeah.
and you can see that is on the place where it's
Near the
two
F?
squares. Yeah, 2 squares down the F. So the 2 squares under
Between F and A.
Yeah, between F and A, you can say.
Okay.
That's
And
where
where do we have to take the casket? We don't have to take the casket. The guys from the church are going to take the casket.
they're going to take the casket as part of the ritual processions. Yes, you only
Okay,
had to bring
okay,
it to the
okay.
church. But at this point, there has to be a ritual performed inside the church, after which the casket will be carried by the pallbearers and the other caretakers of the church towards the cemetery for it to be buried. That's going to be part of the process. So you brought it here, but they're going to have their discussions, after which the proceedings will begin. When they will be finished, the casket will be taken to the cemetery and be buried there. So there's still some time to waste if you guys want to take a look around before they begin in the proceedings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
What
go
do you,
to the
I
main
was
door.
I was going to propose one stays with the lady, the other two walk around and watch, one closer to than the other. Make a perimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
So if
I could just stay with the lady.
yeah.
She liked you for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And try to get some information on whatever you can. And Vorn, do you want to take the middle ground or the long ground? Long range.
I want to start looking, at least checking the main door, see if
Okay.
anyone is checking out, anyone is looking at the church from the main.
I'm going outside. Really outside.
Yeah, I'll go with
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Okay, give me just a sec.
Wherever. Where can I see that?
Okay, so Aoife stays behind with
Arena and stuff.
yeah, you're staying behind with Arena. Thank you. I had a brain fart. And both Von Tuin and Alakar move outside. So at this point, Alakar and Von Tuin, you are both um, 4 squares down from A. So you're right on the steps of the church, if you
Yep.
can see on the map. And you can take a look around if you want to. And Aoife, you're at F exactly as the
Mhm.
as everybody is near the altar, just having a discussion. You if you can also take a seat next to one of the broken, let's say, chairs that are there. You see a part that's not that badly broken, and we can take a seat there to take a look around the church. Maybe it does have an interesting architecture and seems holy enough that
Yeah, I might look around that room, so like not leave that, the main holy area, but
Okay.
I'll kind of walk around the perimeter of that as well.
Okay. Their discussion seems to go over smoothly, and they start preparing the area for the proceedings. 2 of the caretakers take the casket and they place it on top of the altar. Donovich goes behind the altar and brings out a holy book of sorts to read out the proceedings. He gives out his incense holder to one of the caretakers so that he can walk around. The person who has the incense, if you can take a look at the map, goes behind the altar and slowly walks towards, starting with his left, goes through to the left and just sticks to the wall and kind of circles around the whole area next to the walls.
I'm
And just
lost. Can you just share the screen and like
yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. Do you guys see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so he starts from here and he just moves through onto the left and just circles the main area of the church, going around the broken tables and chairs. He just circles that, throwing out as much incense as possible to make the the whole room very misty and full of incense smoke. That's pretty much what's happening at the moment. You two are outside, over here, and you can choose to take a look. You can go forward, or you can go behind.
I would like to maybe do an entire perimeter.
Okay,
Check.
you can check the entire perimeter. That's fine with me.
Let's do where one goes, the other one doesn't.
Okay, so
well,
you guys
Which
want
one
to
was-
split
we
so that
go
you can meet
in different
behind
directions.
the okay, you guys split so that you can meet behind the church. Okay, both of you roll a investigation check for me then.
12.
12. Okay, and Alakar.
Roll 20.
Okay, good.
I'm checking it all out. I'm on an alert.
Okay, Von Tween, as you do your perimeter search, you look around, but you don't find anything suspicious. Yeah, you don't find anything suspicious. So you just walk behind the church and you wait for Alakar to come by. Alakar, as you start walking, you check around the area. You don't see anything out of the ordinary, but you hit this tree at this point, and when you've reached the tree, as you're, close to it, you kind of feel like there's something in the air. You start to smell ozone, as if there's static. You take a look at your hand, and your hair from your hand raises, and it's quite a familiar sensation. You felt this once before, not that long, though. That sensation was, let's say, very immediate, as you were very confused about what happened afterwards. It's the same sensation that you've had when you saw that electrical elemental orb taking you from the sewers of
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate to the front of the carriage. And
Do I feel it towards the tree?
it's not that you feel it towards the tree. That sensation is anchored to the tree, as if it's the only place where it can actually catch a grasp to this plane in an attempt to be there for you to notice. As you sense this, you start to hear inside your head some mumbling. You don't really make note of this. Could you please roll a another insight check for me?
Just to let you know, if when I get to the end of the part of the back of the church, if he's not there, I'll keep going the entire way around to see if I find
Okay.
him.
You do arrive at the end of the church, and you decide waiting for a couple of minutes before you move on. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All right. You're there at the moment, but you're still waiting.
Yeah.
Alakar, what's your roll?
14.
Okay. The mumblings start to make sense as they grow a bit louder. You hear, "Is that the danger in the church? The danger in the church. Be careful. Power is under you." And then the mumbling kind of stops, and it starts again. Louder, but more incoherent. Roll an insight check one more time.
Oh, he said power is what?
Sorry?
He said power is what?
No, he said danger in the church. The power is under you. But the mumbling stopped and then intensifies, but it's more incoherent now. If you roll another insight check, you can
18.
figure out again what they say. All right, we're on business. You start to hear the mumblings again. They seem to be a bit louder there. And with the powers that be inside the church, they're the ones that try to get above. Be careful, Alakar. Be careful. And they fade away. The smell of ozone, the crackling in the air, the electricity, it starts to sparkle, to fizzle. You do see the orb manifesting before you once again. What do you want to do? It's just there.
Check that again.
Touch it.
What should I do? Do I feel compelled to it?
At this point, Von Tuin, you decided that waiting long enough and you start making your way towards the other side.
Yeah.
It's up to you, buddy. The orb is floating towards you. The mumbling has stopped. It doesn't seem to have any intention. Looks like it's waiting for something.
I start reaching.
Okay.
And the second I start hearing Vorn, I come to my senses and go to Vorn and try and make it so that he doesn't see the orb.
Okay.
It's my orb,
you reach towards it, yeah. And the orb being here, electricity sparks from the orb and touches your hand. That instant was long enough for it to just dissipate in a flash of lightning.
Do I see the flash of lightning?
It's lightning, so it's very bright. You do see it, and it's gone. But you make the best of it and just move on. And you both meet at this point. If you see it on the map.
Yeah.
When I get there, hey, sorry, I tripped and I kind of did a little magic there. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw it. Let's hope that no one else saw it.
It was the flash, so there was no thunder.
Well, let's see. Let's hope that no one saw the flash.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, be more careful with that.
Based on your perimeter search, there doesn't seem to be anything around.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing.
Yeah,
So
me neither.
We're on the clear.
Yeah, I found some dirt over there where I fell.
How dirty is he?
Quite dirty. He does have some dirt on his clothes. You wouldn't say that he is like a pigsty covered in dirt and muck. No. Alakar does have a certain je ne sais quoi when it comes about his clothes. They're very well tended. But, well, the land of Barovia does make its mark. The tenderness of the clothes, it's kind of losing its luster in time. They may look good now with just a little bit of speck of dust on it, but it might not be the same for the future.
Okay. Do I feel that he was completely lying to me?
Roll a perception check. Or no, insight, sorry.
inside.
Can I roll deception?
You can, yes, John. Of
14.
course. 14. Roll a deception to see who gets what they want.
I love how you're being secretive about this. Just like
9.
Yep. You kind of see straight through the bullshit.
Yeah, just be careful with those magics, just to be sure that no one
Yeah.
sees us.
Very awkward smile. Sorry, a very awkward laugh can be heard. From
sorry, can I just miss?
one of you.
So did who won the deception? Like was he?
Alakar lost his
Yeah,
deception.
Vorn
failed.
knows that I was lying. He doesn't know what I was lying about, but
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just know that he was lying about something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that seems to be it at this point. What do you guys want to do next?
Maybe return to the inside of the church.
Okay. As you go inside the church at this point, the proceedings are going along smoothly. They're almost over as they've finished reading from the book. Donovich pretty much has a sore throat from all this talking. But there's quite a peaceful air inside the church at this moment. A very solemn feeling that Donovan is emphasizing based on this proceeding. This is not a very typical, or at least to you all, it's not a very typical burial ceremony. You've all come from different places and burials are all different to you. But as far as Barovian burials are, they seem to be very well they seem to be very solemn in the sense of remembering the dead and hoping that their peacefulness is granted when they move on to the next place. So, from what you can tell, since everything is going to be finished soon, some of the caretakers are preparing themselves to carry the casket. Do you guys
just to position myself, we are now where? Where did they bury the thing? The casket?
So you are all in the middle at this point, right here.
Okay. We're intact. Okay.
The casket is here in the altar. Donovan is here in
Or
the
aren't
back.
they going to bury it?
This is outside the church. For now, this is just a map of the church. I'm going to share with you the map of the cemetery where we are going to go. Inside
okay.
You can take a look at the village map.
Yeah, sure.
And you can find the cemetery there. That's where we're going after this. And I'll share the map of the actual cemetery once we get there.
Okay, just for you to know, I'm not exactly with them. I'm just like at the end of the hallway where you enter the main hall.
So
yeah, I'm
near
on the
A?
corner of the C room.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Still on
That's
the
fine.
hallway, but right near that corner.
Which corner of the room C? Near the door or near the wall?
Near the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
You see where the room ends?
It's right here. Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and I would be looking around to, like while they were doing the mourning and all that. I'll walking around and try to see if the doors are locked or not.
Okay.
I don't want to draw too much suspicion, but.
So you're walking around and you kind of make your way down here to D. Do you want to try this door at this point? You've tried pretty much all of them.
Is anyone watching me?
No, not really. Von Tween is he saw that you went past him as you entered D.
Yeah.
Sorry. He saw that you went past him and closed to the room area D. Get the shit out of your mouth. And he just watches the proceeding, trusting that you will keep an eye on the actual exit, I suppose.
Yeah.
With Aoife being there, just taking a lot in, I suppose. But at this point, nobody's paying any attention to you. You're in front of this door. You can do whatever
I'll try to open it.
It's not
and peek inside.
You can go straight in. Inside
I
the
peek
door,
inside. No, I just like peek inside. What do I
you
see?
look inside the house. Inside the room, and you see a lot of cups or jars, a lot of holy water being on the ground. At least you think it's holy water. You don't know if this actual water has been sanctified or not. But there's definitely a lot of water on the ground and a lot of pots and, let's say, water holders, water containers that have been broken.
I
Most of them
take
are
one
from
of them.
the ones that are broken or not broken.
The not broken ones with water inside.
There doesn't seem to be any small enough containers.
Oh, okay. It's like big jars. Okay.
Yes, they're like
Do I
ceramic
have a water skin?
jars. Yes, you do.
Great.
Yeah, you
How do
do.
you know?
Because I saw your character sheet.
Water skin.
I mean,
Okay.
you should have a water skin inside
Yeah, I do.
your
Yeah, I do.
survival kit anyway, and I think you do have a survival kit.
Yeah. I drink a bit of the water. That's there.
Okay.
The wine. That's there.
Uh,
The water
yeah.
because I'll have to spill it. No, it's water because I'll have to waste it. I drink a little bit of water. Drop the rest and put some holy water.
Yeah.
Inside.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. You put some of the water from the ceramic jugs inside your skin. Sorry, water skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from what you notice, there seems to be a door to a basement or something that is underneath the church, but there is a chain keeping it locked. There's a chain above the trap door that is keeping it there. You can check that if you want.
Okay, I'll go to the door and look at Vorn.
Okay.
And just like signal him to keep watch and that there's something here. I want to give him the idea that there's something here without actually saying. I'll just go through the door and say, "Watch around. There's something here."
Do a performance check.
Oh, no, it was the other way around. It was a 19 and it got to 1 with a 4.
So it's a 1 with a 4.
It's a 4 with a 1.
Okay. You kind of flail your arms around trying to tell Vorn something. He's clearly not getting anything that you're saying.
But I'm actually curious to see what the hell he's saying. So
Okay, so
try-
after all the things,
Hold
just come.
on. Vorn, try to do an insight check to see if you actually understand his flailings.
or his natural one.
Yeah, his flailings.
A what? A perception?
Insight.
Insight. Fuck. 7.
You try to make sense of all the chicken hustle that he's doing with his hands over there, but you don't really have a lot of.
Just come
You
here.
don't really understand.
Yeah, I'm already
And I
moving
just-
in his direction
Yeah.
to try to understand what the hell is going on.
There's a trap door. I'm going to try to pick it. Just look around.
Okay.
Keep watch.
Yeah, I'll just stay on the hallway near the door, like
Okay.
like laid into the wall, just like next to the door, just like
Okay.
after
While
the
you
door.
guys are having this conversation, Aoife, you did notice while looking back, you noticed Alakar just flailing his hands about. I suppose you got a little bit curious. Do you want to do anything about that?
Yeah, so he just so to just recap, he's outside of D. Is that what it is?
Yes, he's now in the corridor where it's A.
No, Fabio.
Of course.
He's outside of D near A.
Yeah.
So anyway, I obviously walk
I'm
towards him
between DNA.
between the
He's in the gooch.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, what did Fabio? I kind of like, but what did Fabio do to figure out?
Vontuin just approached him and tried to just have a normal conversation. You saw
Okay.
the part where Alakar was just flailing his hands about trying to get his attention or something. You saw what it was. You thought it was a bit funny. And if you want, you can do something about that or not. You can stay there or do anything else.
Well, I'll go there and see because the door is open to D.
Yeah, of course.
And to the room, and I look inside as well to just see like what spurred that kind of reaction.
You kind of see the same thing that Alakar saw: water on the ground and a trapdoor that is latched with a chain and key.
There's a trap door. I'm going to try and open it. Just keep watch on the lady, and
So
It's a trap.
I know what is under the trapdoor, right?
huh?
I know what's in the trapdoor, and this is a bit of a
No,
cheat.
you don't.
Right?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You know what's inside the trap door? What's inside the trap door?
Something.
How do you know?
You have to check.
I don't know. My character doesn't know.
Yeah.
Then you don't know.
Out of context.
Yeah.
What
So I'm
is
not going to participate in this bit because I will
room
definitely sway
with
this
the
bit.
stairs.
Trust me, just go with it. You don't have any idea what's going to happen.
Oh, okay. All right. I will allow you to do whatever you were intending to do. Just open the trapdoor.
Open it.
Thank you. Yeah, but
Okay.
just
Out
keep watch.
of context is over. Just be back in character. So
Yeah. So just keep watch on the lady, and I'll try and do that. See you in a bit, I think. And I'll try and open the trapdoor.
By the way, what the fuck were you doing with? Was there a cobweb or something?
Oh no, I was trying to signal him to do exactly what I just told you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Then I'll try and lockpick.
So, yep. Go ahead and roll a. What do you roll for a lockpick check? A performance check? No, sorry. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Yeah.
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand, please.
Sorry.
Do you have a thieves kit?
I have proficiency to it. Thieves' tools.
Okay. Yeah, thieves' tools.
So where
Because
is
you're a rogue, right? You're a rogue.
Yeah.
So it's sleight of hand plus proficiency.
There you go. It's here. It's just that? Okay. Then sleight of hand.
You should be good.
10 plus proficiency.
Plus the sleight of hand plus proficiency.
Plus the sleight of hand. Yeah, plus proficiency.
Sorry. Okay, so the roll plus the sleight of hand plus the proficiency is 12.
Okay. You put your lockpick inside and you try to get it unlocked, and with a slight snap, it goes ting. Lock opens, and the chain kind of slides away. The door is free to be opened.
I just do a small yell. It's open.
Did everybody hear that? Yes.
Yeah, I heard. I just look like completely uninterested, just to see what's happening inside of the room, inside of the D.
Hey.
We're going to the G spot.
There is no G spot on this map.
Of course there
Oh,
is
there
on
is.
the basement.
Oh, sorry, the basement.
There's a
Yeah, oh.
G spot.
Sorry about
It would
that.
be so much better if it was V, right? You're entering V, and then you're getting into G.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as I open the trap
You
door, what do I see?
thirsty fuckers. You guys need to get laid or something. Alright, go on.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
So as I open the trap door on room D, what
Yeah.
happens? What do I see?
Nothing as of yet. It's dark.
It's just like black hole.
Yeah. Unnatural dark.
Oh,
It's a
fuck.
hole to the abyss.
For a tiefling, you don't really understand why it's so dark and you can't really see, even though you have dark vision.
I can't even see like a first step.
It's as if you were a human and it's fucking pitch black.
I close the door.
Okay, you close the door.
I go by the door of the room.
Okay.
I turn to Vorn. Yeah, there's some really weird shit going on in that basement.
Okay. Now
I
I'm
couldn't
curious.
see the bottom.
I'll go to the trapdoor and I'll open the trapdoor.
It's open.
Okay. Do I see anything?
Yes.
The fuck?
Fuck. What do I
See
see?
a couple of spiders going down the stairs.
Okay. And they are
do you
going
wanna
down
do?
the stairs.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Do I see the end of the stairs?
No.
I feel
Do you
so
see?
uneasy.
Do you want to
Vorn,
go
what
down?
do you see?
I see spiders going down the stairs.
There are stairs. I go to
Okay.
the trap door. What do I see?
You still see jack shit.
I jump into the trapdoor.
You don't need to jump.
Wait.
Just climb down.
Okay, I climb down from the
Okay.
trapdoor to the stairs. What do I
Do
see?
you want to follow Alakar?
Can I see a little bit of him, or he just went to pit black?
The moment Von Tween enters inside, he just gets swallowed by the darkness. He's there. You can't see jack shit.
You there?
You
I'm
can't
here.
hear shit.
I can't hear him. Can he hear
said,
me?
Von Tween said that. You heard Alakar asking you the question. You answered, but there's no answer. And you,
Oh, fuck off.
Alakar, you can't hear shit.
Do I feel that he can't hear what I'm saying?
No, there was no response.
You there? Hey, hello?
Okay,
Oh, shit, no, the guy-
I'll put my hand outside of the trapdoor.
You see the
like
hat.
this.
Holy shit!
You see that.
You okay? Can you hear me?
And you're just gonna stay
can you
there
speak?
confirming everything, or do you want to go?
And I'll start going
go.
down the stairs.
Okay.
I just see your hand.
You keep going down the stairs, and the spiders that are in front of you, they emit a specific light that enables you to see. Otherwise, if the spiders weren't there, you wouldn't have been able to see anything, and you now realize this. They're sort of guiding you inside. As you walk through and get to the end of the stairs, you are on the first square at the end of the stairs.
While he's going down the stairs, I'm going to the door and go to the door and do exactly the same thing.
Okay, you flail around to get whose attention?
Aoife.
Okay.
How the fuck do I say your name?
Aoife.
Aoife. Okay, sorry.
Aoife.
Aoife.
Yeah. So can I see though? Because I'm kind of like near Irina.
You don't really notice anything.
No, I wouldn't think so because if he's inside D.
Yeah, if he's close to the room, you're flailing to nothing. You might want to move a bit.
Yeah. Well, because I don't see them, so I might actually walk down and see if I see what's going on. like
Okay,
just
yeah.
to see what
Since you walked a bit, you now see Alakar flailing about and maybe scream whispering a bit like "Hey, hey!"
Okay, so I go over to him and I'm like, "Sup?"
Look here.
All right, so I walk over and it's like, are you trying to go down there? Do you know what's down there? Can you see anything?
Vorn went. I can't see shit.
Huh. Okay, let me see if I've got any spells actually.
Just come here and see if you can see anything, because he could see.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I'm just trying to see if I can see that thaumaturgy doesn't do light, does it? Nah. No. I don't have anything then. Yeah, I'll come over. So are we intending to go down there as well? Or are you gonna just wait?
What do you
Up to
see?
you.
Nothing?
No, you don't
What do
see
I
jack
see?
shit.
No,
You don't see jack
I don't
shit.
see anything. And I've got night vision.
Yeah, I think.
What's going on?
Do you want to go down?
Oh, wait, I do a perception check. I want to perceive if I know, like, I understand this, if there's a magic thing, maybe Arcana check?
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll an Arcana check. I like how he's in the darkness there. He's just like,
I'm freaking. No, me.
oh
me,
god,
the
oh
player
god.
is freaking out right now.
9.
You're just there.
What you do notice is that this is not from any magic that you know.
Okay.
Some bitch.
Okay. All right. This is a little bit kind of. I'm a little bit wary of this descending into darkness. That it's not magic that I am aware of, but does not necessarily mean that it's not magic or something a little bit evil. Although we are in a church, so it's probably okay.
It's a kind of magic.
I don't think. Vorn, can you, if you can hear us, just
He's at the bottom of the
don't
steps.
go far.
Go back up. Because you do hear them at this point. You still hear them. It's faint at the bottom, but you can't hear somebody shouting at the top.
What do I see around me?
The two spiders in darkness.
Okay. First of all, before doing anything else, I'm gonna cast dancing lights.
Okay.
Ooh.
They raise from the ground and they start hovering close to you.
Mhm.
The two spiders that are in front of you kind of now start to raise their legs and kind of do this motion. As they do that, your dancing light just fizzles, like that dies off. Your light is gone.
Did we see the flash? No. Obvious
No.
lights?
You got no clue of what's going down there.
If I do my torch on the darkness bit, because
Okay.
not entering the hole, but like, does it work?
Yes.
And we can.
Oh.
You kind of see the stairs now with the torch.
Okay. Can I shine? So if I put my head in and I shine towards like the rest of the room underneath.
You do see the stairs and some of the ground. You still don't see Von Tuin. Because it's at the bottom. The stairs, and you don't really have a good vantage to see all the way to the bottom.
Okay, let's
the
go.
light, and
I
the
don't
light
like
on
this.
fire only shows you a bit, not that much.
Okay. Do you want to risk it and go inside and? Oh no, I could just say,
going.
Vorn, use your flashlight. It works.
What flashlight?
What flashlight?
You don't have a flashlight. No way.
Nope.
Do you not have flashlights?
The dancing
No,
lights are
I
dead.
don't have a flashlight.
But I have
You
a
got
flashlight.
torches.
Don't I? Torches,
You got
yeah.
torches.
Oh, you have a torch?
That's what you meant? Torches, not flashlights? Because a flashlight's like a
Flashlight is
modern
like-
thing, right? Not really in a
Well, I
place
spoke
with
to this when I was watching a movie. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Torches.
So yeah, use your torch. It worked for me.
You do hear that, Vontae.
Then let's go in.
I'll tell her I don't need torch to see in here.
There is no response.
So she doesn't hear me saying that.
And we were already on the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just. Yeah, I'll use my torch then.
And I can see with her torch.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, let's.
You could also
we
light
go
your own
down the
torch.
stairs then.
If you prefer.
Okay. So
Let's go inside.
do we? Yeah.
I see them coming down the stairs with a torch.
Yes, you now start to see some light coming from the top of the stairs. It's very faint, but it's the typical orange hue of flame.
Okay, what are the spiders doing?
They're just chilling.
Okay, I'll reach my hand towards them to see if they come to me.
No, they don't come towards you. They stay in front of you.
Okay. Do I feel that they are waiting for me to move so that they can also move?
Yes.
Okay, I start moving into the center of the room.
Okay.
And we still don't see him
behind. By this point, you see him as you're going down the stairs. So if you take a look at the map, so he was here. You are here. So you do see him.
Okay. Oh,
hey, Vorn.
Hey, you're here.
Yeah.
You
didn't respond. You can't hear? I can't hear?
Alakar and Aoife, you cannot hear what Vontuin is saying. But Vontuin, you can hear everything that's happening.
You. And he can see me.
Yes, you can all see each other. But
can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can't hear you.
That's funny.
I'm doing this while I'm saying that's a you problem, not a me problem.
I get closer to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Still nothing?
Nope.
Like, face to face.
Yep.
And I can still hear her.
It's as if you're muted.
Oh, fucking hell.
Can you touch him?
Yes.
Please touch me.
You kind of give him a poke. He seems to be real enough.
But am I?
Did you find me? Anyway.
Okay, so where we go?
Okay, I just do like this motion so that they can come with me, and
you have to understand that they can hear you. Sorry,
I can hear them, but they can't.
They can hear you. You can hear them. You can all see each other.
Yeah.
They
just can't say anything to you. You cannot hear them.
We can't hear him.
That's right. Everything else is
he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Do I have a piece of paper?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Can I use an equivalent? No, I'll just write it very quickly. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. And I was like, okay, we can't hear you. What's the plan? And I give it to you.
Okay, and I'll... Fuck.
Can we see the spiders?
Yes, at this point you both see the two spiders.
I'll just write, let's check out the room, and if there's nothing, we leave.
I mean, okay.
I take the paper. What's with the spiders?
I can hear you, you tit.
Oh yeah.
So?
Which I reply, they're spiders.
But they shine white, right?
Well, some spiders are bioluminescent.
Yeah.
Can we do a
The
deception
shiny
check?
ones.
Yes, you can. Roll for it.
Rolling. Is it a deception check or insight? Insight, right?
It's inside.
Inside.
Or
Yeah.
7.
inside for what?
Oh, to see if he's deceiving us about the
He's
spiders.
No,
Oh,
he's not.
okay.
He's saying
He's
the
not?
truth.
He's not deceiving us.
There's
It's fine.
spiders.
Yeah,
But
sure.
as much as I
Okay.
know, there's spiders.
He seems to be speaking the truth about the 8-legged small creatures in front of him.
Okay, now with the light from the torch, do I see a little bit further?
No, the light from the torch is only enough for you to see 1 square.
Okay,
So you only
5
see
feet.
in your immediate area. The spiders give you visibility of 2 squares,
Oh, I have 10 feet visibility. Nice.
but that's only you.
Yeah, okay.
And they can also see the spiders, but because they're close to you and the spiders are within your vicinity, any light from a torch is only 5 feet, and you don't have the benefit of the light from the spiders.
Okay. So the spiders are only for me.
Only
Okay.
for you.
We can see the spiders, but they don't glow.
No, they do glow. It's just that you
Just
don't
not
see
enough
any light
for-
from
Yeah,
their
okay.
glow.
Yeah, okay.
For you, they're just
It's a
like
dark
2
light.
shiny little things, and that's it.
No.
They don't emanate anything for you.
Okay, I want to check the middle of the room.
Okay. Roll a perception check, please.
Fucking hell.
11.
You enter the middle of the room. The spider. Do you guys also go with him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get together.
Okay, good. So
Bitch.
Antoine goes first with the 2 of you behind him. You're both staying in 2 sides. Von is here. You're on his left. You're on his right. Both behind him. Do both of you have torches or only one?
Only one.
Yep. I have
Who
the
has
torch.
the torch? Okay.
It is
Which
me.
side do you prefer to be, left or right?
Oh, which one is closest to the stairs?
That's right. So you're on the right side.
I will be on the right side.
Okay.
Shit.
So obviously
As
the
you
wrong
move through the pillars that kind of hoist
Mhm.
the ceiling, the spiders guide you, but you get to the center and you start hearing some chains rattling. Ding.
From where?
From G, specifically the G point of the map.
Okay, I'll
At
wish
this
we
point,
were-
you're still
Where
conscious,
the G is.
or
Um.
in the G spot.
Okay.
So, do you want to proceed?
yeah. Careful. I'll proceed into the G.
Roll another another insight check this time.
Inside.
And the 2 of you, roll perception, please. What? All right.
14 for me.
14 for Aoife and Alakar. 6. Well, Vontuin, you rolled a 1. All right. You go in front of the spiders as if you were on a rush, and, well, you rushed a bit too much. You stepped on both of them.
Okay.
They're dead.
Okay.
You can't see or hear shit.
Not the spiders.
I have blind sight for 10 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you see the flames behind you, but
Yeah.
that's your only source of light. And now you're also muted.
Okay.
You
but-
can't. You notice that whatever you speak comes out with no sound.
Oh.
Okay. But do I
Can
feel
we-
something close to me?
You feel chains around your feet.
Around my feet?
Yeah, when you walk, you feel like you've kicked through some chains. But you couldn't really hear them. You feel like you've kicked something,
Yeah.
and you kind of step on it to see what it is. They feel like some chains on the sole of your foot, but you don't hear shit.
Can we see him?
Since you were
We
going,
will. Yeah.
yes, you're all in the same square. I'm
Okay.
just going to say that at this point, you're all moving in unison.
Wait, but can we see anything? Sorry, I kind of missed that.
Only up until the torches end. So that's 1 square, 5 feet. You don't see at this point anything.
Can I at least like check for the chains on my, like, can I see the chains?
If you look down on the ground, you see some chains in front of Von Tween, and you see that he's
Okay.
kind of stepping on them.
So can I just like grab him and pull him back?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that.
So he's kind of pulled back, and the chains
And then
just stay there. The chains just stay there for now.
Okay. I'll just show the chains on the floor in case he didn't notice my torch.
Okay, you all see the chains now.
Do I feel something 10 feet away from us?
You don't feel jack shit. Unfortunately, you kind of killed your guidepost. That's okay. In case you missed it, Von Tween found some chains in front of him, and they weren't really moving, but he stepped on them. He also killed his spiders, so he can't.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, so at this point, Aoife dragged him back and shined the torch to highlight the chains. You all can see the chains now, but they're just there, not moving.
When I still had the spiders, how far away did I perceive that the sound was from where I was?
At the wall, right above here. I'll show you. Sorry, here.
Okay.
In between these 2 squares.
Okay. I'll carefully keep moving forward.
Okay.
Until I have the feeling that something is 10 feet away from me, in front of me.
Okay. You move forward, and you're all moving in unison. As you end up in the final stretches of the wall, the flame goes out. You're in pitch black darkness. You can't see anything. You can't hear anything. You can only sense, and you, Von Tween, at this point, the end of the wall. And what you can't sense is chains rattling. You don't hear it, but the vibrations of the chains definitely cause the ground to shake. It's not... If you would hear, you wouldn't know that what's happening here is extremely loud. And with the light of the fire going out and you being in complete darkness, every torch in this basement suddenly lit on fire.
Fuck.
Darkness goes out. There's a blue light from the torches. It's not normal fire. This is magic fire. Or dead fire, as you would know since you're from the underground. It's fire that belongs to those who have died and came back to life. It's the flame of vengeance, is what you can recognize, but that's only you.
Okay,
Sorry, go ahead.
Can I hear myself again?
Yes, you can. You can all hear, see, talk. Everything is back to normal.
As soon as I feel that we already have sound again, I'll tell them, be prepared for anything, and I'll put my both swords out.
Oh, I'm already prepared. What the hell's going on?
Okay.
And I'll tell them that these flames are not normal, are from the undead.
all the chains on the ground, they move in patterns like they snake around. They all make a massive wall of chains obscuring your view to the actual wall, and they sort of enchain each other bit by bit until they form a ball of chain that is exactly on the wall. And from that movement, you kind of see that the friction of it makes the steel of the chains melt. The chains start forming its own ball of molten slag metal, and as it melts away, Aoife, hello, you there? You recognize in the molten pieces some magical runes that you would recognize as a seal to contain evil.
Ooh.
And Alakar, you also recognize this as a seal to contain evil, simply through the fact that it contains a demon or devil.
What a surprise, eh?
So, at this point, the seal finally melts away, and what you see in front of you is a humanoid creature with chains on their hands and their legs, but they're not chains that are attached to anything anymore. The fires around you are brightly lit, and in a deep, grumbling voice, the creature says, "Thank you. After millennia of torment from that bastard Strahd, I'm finally free." And he just breathes a sigh of relief.
Till what? I didn't understand. Was he like in shackles or broken? I didn't understand that part.
He was in shackles, yes,
Okay.
but he was obscured from view.
Ah, okay.
A sense of magical darkness.
Yeah.
The fire that you brought in was the catalyst for him to ignite his freedom.
Okay.
Of course it was.
All your fault!
I
Well.
wanted the battery ones, remember?
Well, you did what you did, and you sort of kind of set an ancient evil free.
But it's an ancient evil that was trapped by Strahd, from what he just said.
That is true.
He's a good guy.
Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. What's your relationship with Strahd?
He kind of just breathes in and out very heavily. As he does so with every breath, you kind of see cinders forming in his throat, as if his mouth or throat itself starts to glow. Doesn't really bother with you asking him any questions. He's just trying to get himself back together. And with a final breath, he pushes out a sigh that just ignites himself. And you see multiple scars all over his body glowing off a fiery light, and his throat just bursts into flames. You see him practically doing a fire breath out. And in doing that, he stretches back. He kind of like cracks his neck. You see two wings popping out. First on his back, to which he flexes them a bit and then turns them to the side. Two more pop out from his back on the side, to which he flexes and then relaxes. The wings that are close to his shoulders kind of rest as if it was an epaulet, and the ones on his back, they rest as if they were a cape. He The chains he doesn't seem to be able to remove them, but using his fire, he dresses himself up in a very regal attire for a demon, as if he was either a prince, a ruler, a noble, or even maybe a king. His horns, from what you notice, they were cut off at that point.
He has horns?
Yeah, but they grow up back immediately through the fire.
Oh fuck.
And he looks at his hands, flexes it a bit, takes a look around, sees the fires being lit, takes 2 steps to face you.
I take 2 steps back.
Yeah.
And he says, "There's no need for fear, as the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Even if you did so unintentionally, flame rekindled means chance for revenge. Who are you?"
Can we ask that first?
Well, I am Demon Lord Mephistopheles, ruler of the 7th Circle of Hell.
Okay. And what brings you here? By the way, I'm Alakar.
Yes, I know you.
Vorn.
I smell what you truly are.
Oh,
Okay.
what is he?
I just like look sidely to him and look again to the demon. Still completely.
He looks at you. Well, there is no need to worry, as strength will be necessary. Both yours and yours, soldier boy. I see that your queen sent you here. Quite foolish for you to destroy her guideposts. Would you have any reason to bear the sight of your queen from my visage?
You're talking about the spiders. It was an accident.
He nods and says, "She does work in mysterious ways. Well, at least she enabled you to join here."
Can I ask you a question, Sir Lord Demon person?
Mephistopheles.
He
kind of like raises an eyebrow.
Sorry, it's just not very good with yeah. Anyway,
Names.
So names, and I'm a bit flustered, you can imagine, right? Anyway, who put you down here? So Strads, you're talking like Strads and captured you, but why are you inside a church?
That fickle mortal, or what now he is known as a vampire, since that is the bargain that he struck with the infernal places. He deceived me. His attempt to garnish favor with the powers of hell, we enabled and gifted him the gift of eternal life. Yet that was not enough for him. So he decided to keep me here, his benefactor. And, well, as you can see, he did his best to place me in the only place where even I cannot reach, to the infernal realm. A blasted holy sanctum.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, the church, the person who rules the church, would be on the side of it, like being against Strahd. So, like, why would he be helping him?
He did so without knowledge of anyone. He hid the fact that I was here, and he placed this eternal darkness after he obtained his powers. For a time, he used quite a few artifacts to bind me here and keep me quiet. But I could go through them given enough time. But when he sealed off his land in his own realm and placed this magical darkness upon me, that sealed my fate. And
So what? Okay, sorry.
until you three came in, I had no choice but to be trapped in this eternal darkness.
And so now that you're released, what do you plan to do, and how?
To end him. I want him dead, with his head on a spike mounted on my throne.
That suits us.
That's us.
I understand that you are here. I know the messenger of Lolth when I see one. But I do not know what you other two would have reasons to come here. Are you simply in the quest of fame, fortune, or glory? Otherwise, I wouldn't see why you would be such suicidal characters to join here.
Kind of
all
all of the above.
Well, regardless, the only way for you out is if Strahd dies. Now, his death is something that I wish dearly, and I would pay much to see him go down. But my imprisonment made me weak. I can only grant you three a meager blessing, because I must return to the hellish infernal realm that I rule in order to gather my power, so that I can crush this bug Strahd back into the ground where he belongs. But should you succeed before I do so, I will grant you many a boon, including this one. He waves his hand, and in a holy fire, on your shoulder, you see a mark. It does burn. It does hurt. The mark shows, and you feel a strange protection, as if fire could not harm you as much as it did before.
Ooh.
Already had that.
I didn't. So what? We gain resistance to fire.
Awesome.
So
Do I still have my torch?
yeah, but it's out.
I just go like this.
There's no fire on it. I mean, you carried the torch stick.
I was just gonna try and burn myself on purpose, but
And she should have resistance to fire already because she's a tiefling.
yeah, I think I've got something. Like that.
Imagine that for tieflings, it's doubled in a sense.
Immunity?
Well, not necessarily. 75%. Well, let's say about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, if you take damage, 2/3 of it are gone. You just take 1/3 of damage.
Okay.
Instead of
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Where can I edit this shit?
So, as he gave you his blessing, he takes a step back and says, I must prepare for my descent. The journey to the infernal realm will not be an easy one. I'm sure that I will have many challenges, since power hates a vacuum, and I have been gone for a very long time. But I will be in contact, and I trust that you will know when I will bring you back. He kind of takes a quick glance at Alakar and just vanishes in a puff of fire. Kind of like you guys saw what's it called?
Just a small
No, you guys saw Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
When
Harry Potter now.
Yeah, when Dumbledore claps and there's like a tornado of fire. He does that. Claps, tornado, fire. He's gone.
Okay. Nice.
And the flames that were blue, they just flicker with light and they just turn to normal flames again. The whatever evil permeated in this basement is now gone. There's still some chains around, but most of them are melted. Other than that, that's it.
Okay, what just happened?
I'm still kind of like,
What the
in
hell is
shock.
this?
Yeah.
I think we were just blessed by a demon lord.
As a tiefling? That's not a good thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's not all pretty. So what now? We read the Church of Evil Spirit. That was actually good, I think.
Well, he wasn't good.
I mean, he was the demon
Good,
lord.
good isn't is
Of hell.
relative. It's good to our cause. That has to be worth
Open
something.
another Pandora's box, right? But we'll deal with it when it comes.
Yeah, this is quite suspicious.
I will remember that.
Are we still recording?
yeah,
So we can show this
yeah.
Natasha 3 years from now.
Yeah.
2 years from now, it is I, Mephistopheles. You remember our deal.
Who the hell are you?
Should we tell the guys upstairs what we just witnessed,
What,
or
that we
leave it just?
that we've released a demon lord
Think
from
so.
the 9 hells?
Yeah, well,
I think that's gonna work greatly.
but the thing is, right? The thing is, why did they have him? It's like it just
They
sounds.
didn't know.
No.
That's what.
How did they not know? I mean,
The
you
devil
look at
says.
the basin.
Okay?
There's dark. You would know.
The devil.
Yeah, sure. Let's point it like this. Yeah, you know that trapdoor that has a
Yeah.
lock and
Yeah, exactly.
blah blah blah. We
Yeah.
opened it and released the demon lord. That
You're
has
welcome.
We're gonna say, hey, what's up there?
You're very welcome. He's gonna help fight Strad, so that's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We're gonna
Sometime.
destroy everything.
Eventually, soon.
I think we could just mention though that, hey, like, yeah, ask them about the trapdoor, and if they, we'll just kind of try and suss out if they're lying to us, I guess.
Yeah, and then what? You're gonna lie to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pretend nothing happened.
Yeah. I think that's. I mean, they gotta know something.
Yeah,
right?
worst case scenario, we have to kill everybody.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So what do you guys want to do? Keep talking in the basement?
No,
let's go upstairs.
Yeah, I'm going upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys go upstairs and you kind of exit the cellar. You see the water around. It's as if nothing happened.
Can we just put the chains and the lock back on the trapdoor?
The moment the cellar door closes, fucking cellar vanishes.
Fuck off. Then bye.
It's gone.
See, there's no cellar
Says
door
it
to
was
talk
never
about.
there. But the chains that were
I was never this good at getting rid of evidence in my life.
but the chain that was on top of the cellar door is still there.
And the lock as well?
Yeah, and the lock as well.
I take
we hide that.
I take the chain and the lock.
Okay, you take the chain and lock,
Yeah,
and as you slide it through to put it in your backpack, you notice that one of the loops that was on the chain has a rune on it.
On the bag. Do I recognize a rune?
Yeah, it's indicative of a seal of evil.
Not much of a
You had
seal.
to look at that one before, couldn't you?
What?
You guys never investigated the chain.
You
just opened it and went in.
Not much of a seal, is it?
Yeah, just pick up.
It's a seal against evil, not against curious people.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Good point.
Okay, that's nice. protection against evil.
Okay, what's happening in the main area?
You notice that
Church.
there's nobody in the church anymore,
Oh fuck!
Yep,
and
we're
it's
fired.
and it's evening. It's dark outside. It's close to midnight, actually.
What the fuck?
How is that?
Timey-wimey loopy things inside the weird magical darkness.
What time is it?
It's close to midnight. You look at the sky and you
Damn it.
kind of recognize that it's
What time did the ceremony? What time did we leave?
you guys left around. It was morning when you got there.
No, sorry. We entered the basement.
Oh, the time that you entered the basement was maybe around noon.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Okay, and now it's close to midnight. Okay, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, normal things happen.
Okay, I go to the door in front
Hmm.
and try to open it very gently.
It's open.
Okay, do I see anybody in there?
There's nobody in the church.
Okay.
There's absolutely nobody in the church.
Fuck. Maybe we
Do you want to
barricade
check any other doors?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the other room
Completely empty.
and the other one.
Completely
I
empty.
think the church is completely empty.
Yeah. Maybe we should barricade inside of one of the rooms.
Yeah, that's better than sleeping on a hallway. So yeah.
So you're close to A, right?
At the
Hmm.
Yeah, I checked B, C, and
Okay.
E.
Okay. Can all you three roll a perception check, please?
Nope.
10.
10?
Yeah.
17.
Okay. Aoife, you notice a piece of paper nailed to the entrance of the door.
Oh, look, a piece of paper nailed to the entrance of the door. I read it or pick it up or whatever.
It says, I don't know where you left, but we headed to the cemetery for the burial. Come find us.
Really?
Be over.
Going to the cemetery in a dodgy, evil place at midnight is like a bad thing to do. I'm
can
no.
go and-
We just met a demon lord. What else can happen?
Yeah, let's try not to push our luck.
Love this game.
We were so fucking lucky today.
You think? Demon lord?
We are
No.
still alive.
Yep.
So I think we should spend the night here and early in the morning go to
cemetery.
Irina's house.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because probably the burial is already over.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, so pick a room.
Listen.
We'll barricade inside of it.
Okay. Do you want to use the debris inside the F room to push against the main door?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
I think we should go room C because it will have only like one window.
It doesn't have any windows.
Doesn't have any windows.
Only
There's
the
just a
main
door.
room has windows.
Oh yeah, sorry. Then doesn't matter. We can choose.
Okay. You start moving the broken debris and dragging it across the hallway to barricade the door. You don't even make it to the door that you hear a horrifying shriek of a woman that says, "Oh my God, he's here!" And you recognize that it's the voice of Irina.
Yep.
Okay.
Just outside of the door?
No, it's an echo that you hear. The noise seems to come from inside the village, If you look at your map and you kind of think of where the noise comes from, it's from the cemetery.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
are they still in the cemetery at midnight?
You guys have no idea how Barovian proceedings of burials go. Maybe they last that long. Maybe they don't. But
Can
all you know,
I history check and see if I know anything about this? Because I would have read about Barovia and their
Sure.
customs.
You would know that the customs of Barovia are very boring, very lengthy, and pointless. There's a lot of bureaucracy when their life was normal. So that would also include burials. You understand why this is a fact because they took almost an hour to two just to discuss how it needs to be handled before they even began preparing the actual ceremony. You kind of understood that the actual ceremony might have taken even longer while you were down in the basement. So it kind of makes sense that by the time they finish the ceremony, with all the fanfare that they would do in parading the casket through the whole village and then bringing it to the cemetery for the burial, it makes sense for it to finish at midnight.
I'm just a little bit, and I say this to the team, I'm a little bit suspicious because Irina was very protective of herself and wasn't really happy to be outside. That's why we were kind of instructed to come with her, and now she's at the cemetery at midnight. It just seems a bit weird. I mean, it could be, but it feels a bit of trappy to me. But
So what do we do?
Either
I mean,
she's
obviously,
a or she isn't, but you can.
obviously we have to go, right? But I'm just saying this little piece.
Yeah, just keep an eye for a trap.
Yeah.
So what we're doing? What? Sorry.
Either
Sorry?
you go to the cemetery to try and rescue Irina, or whoever scream in the voice of Irina, or you can stay in the church to rest.
I think it would be very bad if we let Irina die, right?
It's up to you.
But it does sound like a trap.
Okay, I'm gonna run to one of the windows that goes to the back of the church. Do I see anything?
Nope. And it's quite strange because there's no bats, there's no crows, there's no wolf howls, there's nothing. Looks like all of the usual critters or beasts that might be used for checking on people aren't here.
So I don't see anything outside.
You see the fog,
Yeah.
and maybe some lights inside the houses of the city, of the village. But that's pretty much it.
Sorry, I just really need to pee.
Yeah, sure.
You make a decision.
So are we risking and saving her, or are we risking and going into a trap, or are we staying in here? It's the three options that we have.
We go, I think we advance towards the screen and be cautious of whatever is around. Once we can ascertain what's going on, we make another decision. Either we decide to actual help, or if we see this as a threat, I don't know what we can do after that.
Okay, so let's move out.
All right, then.
And we're going.
You kind of push the debris that you've carried just on the side, and you open the doors. Does anybody want to take the piece of paper, or are you going to leave it there?
I can take the piece of paper.
Okay. So you take the piece of paper, stuff it in your pockets, and
How was the
you
piece of
start.
paper nailed to the door?
It was just nailed.
Oh, it was just a nail. Okay.
Yeah, just a nail.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a figure of speech. Oh, you see a piece of paper nailed to the wall with a knife. No, it was just a nail.
That was what I was asking.
No, it's just a nail.
Okay.
Okay. So you start packing, and let me just pull up the map. Where is it? Come on. Okay, you're back. Okay, so the decision is actually I'm going to let you guys share the decision
Yeah,
while I
so
search.
So
for the map.
yeah,
we are going.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but we'll advance until we can get an idea of what's going on, and then we'll decide what to do there. If we see that's a trap, we might spring the trap, might not.
Also, you're sharing with us your thing,
They're
DM.
sharing everything, so we are seeing everything.
Yeah.
Like the special
don't-
events and the dream pastries.
The marks of the dead.
Okay, so
No.
No,
It's a fun
yeah,
role talking to you.
you are showing us everything. All the
Okay,
special
you're-
events.
Fun.
You have to change the thing.
what are you
The
guys talking
thing.
about?
We are seeing the
You're
entire
showing-
list of the 5 each.
Oh, that's me. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. That's okay. You guys can see this. It's just an idea.
Didn't read anything.
Okay, good. Sorry about that.
Okay, sorry.
Let me just close the stream for a second.
Ooh. Cree, cree.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, let's go and just be ready for it. Am I right? Oh, shall I get some holy water from the church? Remember when we
yeah,
did-
I mean, you're preparing to leave,
there's a
so
jar.
you can go ahead.
There's a whole jar. There are like whole jars on
Got a
the
jar
trap
of water. Got a jar of water.
I got a jar of
in the room with the trapdoor.
Okay.
You want to take some?
Yeah. I'll put it into like little flasks I already have.
You do?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, so we are moving into the cemetery.
Yep.
Yay.
And you're moving into the cemetery to a very specific area. I'm just going to put this here for now. You can take a look at it, but I'm going to give you some more details after that.
You're putting where?
In the
General.
general chat. General, yeah.
Not many people died, right?
Hmm?
Not many people have died. Like so many.
In this adventure so far?
No, in the graveyard.
Oh, no. What I'm sharing is the place where Burgomaster is supposed to be buried. It's like a specific plot in the cemetery where he's supposed to be buried.
Okay.
He's the only one technically that can afford a single plot. Everybody else is like buried as wherever they can fit. But I just wanted to share this again because I was going to give you the details a bit later once I finish up one quick thing. While you're walking towards the cemetery, it seems to be very quiet. There's nothing going on during your way, so you do get there safely. But if you guys want to have a chat on everything that happened so far with you, this is an opportunity for you guys to discuss.
I'm
what's-
just ready to strike anything that appears that it's not Irina.
Can we see Irina? Sorry.
So you're not there yet. I just want to like give you a chance to discuss on everything that happened so far, so that you can maybe role play a bit on whatever happened.
So if we see Irina and she's fucking with us, what do? As I sharpen my knife on my way.
I think she has a lot of questions to answer, and I think we shouldn't kill her because she might actually be quite useful, right?
Anything about killing?
You've got
That's
the
an awful
chain.
thing.
You've got the chain and lock, so we can try and like. Because I don't know. There's some there's a lot of things here that's just not really adding up. But I've also read in books, and this may be a false memory, that things in Barovia sometimes appear some way and they're not, and then vice versa. So it might be Barovia deceiving us rather than her, if that makes sense. Don't know if that makes sense, but anyway.
Rather than what?
So the land is deceiving us.
Could be. I'm not sure. Like the books are very vague on the matter, and not many people make it out of Barovia to talk about it. So it's kind of.
You do know that the only persons that get out of Barovia are the Vistani.
The Vistani.
But from what you understood from Irina in your conversations, and from what you know of the madam that gave you your tarot card reading, there are some Vistanis that are good, and some Vistani that are evil who serve Strahd. Usually the ones that are evil leave Barovia quite often to gather adventurers and bring them here on the false pretenses to be Strahd's playthings. This is what all three of you have an understanding about the people that leave Barovia, which are only the Vistani.
Which are quite insightful people anyway, aren't they? Okay, so like plan of action though. Like how are we gonna if she is in trouble and if it is Strahd, we're fucked, right? Fucked.
A bit.
And I start going a little bit like, we're fucked. And I start pacing around.
Okay. All right then. So, you keep walking forwards, and you slowly arrive at the cemetery. In the cemetery, you see an eerie green light that suffuses it. It seems to be quite tame. There's nothing ominous to it.
And green light in a cemetery, and nothing ominous about it. Yeah, sure.
Nothing ominous in the sense that there's nothing life endangering. Not to you, at least. You know that this is an unnatural phenomenon of spooky natures, since it's a graveyard.
Yeah.
But there's nothing threatening to you. As you walk through the graveyard, you see a light emerging in a sort of ghostly procession. Wavering images of doughty women and men toting great swords. Wood-wise men with slender bows. You see dwarves with glittering axes. Even sharply and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All these and more, they march from the graveyard, and their number keeps growing by the second. They just keep getting out of the graves and walking through.
Does it seem that they are paying any attention to us?
No, they completely ignore you.
So I don't care. I keep moving to the sound where the sound apparently came from.
Yeah. As you go through that place, you see some torches, and you see if you look on the map that I shared at this point, as you went through the graveyard and everything was okay, you see the lights and the graveyard, and you see Irina collapsed close to the graveyard. The priest as well, and all of the other caretakers are collapsed near the graveyard. And the grave seems to be freshly buried. So it's in the ground with dirt on top of it. It's done. You see the headstone and the casket, the stone casket, I mean. It's the deed has been done, but they are collapsed. Do you want to approach?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start moving very carefully and very stealthily in the direction of Irina, just to see if she's alive.
She seems to be breathing. She's alive. And so do the others. They seem to be breathing and alive. They're just out cold.
I'll cast healing word.
Okay. To who specifically?
Irina.
Okay.
And it's 1d4 plus spellcasting ability. What does that mean?
It means you add
that
your
would-
spellcasting ability. On the top of
Yeah.
the spells, you have a plus something.
Yeah, plus 2, 3, 4, however much you have.
Plus 2, okay.
So it's 1d4 plus 2.
Oh, 6.
Perfect. You cast your healing word. Do you want to roleplay what somatic things you do when casting healing word? Like a chant or a chant or a hand motion, whatever you want.
Yeah, I guess I do a weird hand motion-y thing, and I'm like a little bit in my zone, and I like just kind of go like that.
Okay. You see that around her, grass starts to grow a bit, and some poppy seeds kind of bloom into flowers. The red petals, they grow and they start to wilt and they die. As nature's energy kind of wilters away, she seems to heal and starts waking up. As she wakes up, she kind of looks around a bit confused. And who's the first person that approaches her at this point?
Well,
You're closer.
I'm basically on top of her because I wanted to see if she was alive.
Okay. She kind of looks at you, Vorn, and she says, "Oh, you're not dead." And she looks at Aoife as well. "Oh, you're alive too. We all thought that you were goners. For one moment, you were in the church with us, and the next you were gone. We searched you around the grounds. We searched you everywhere. I mean, me, because they were just making the procession for the burial. But then you were gone, so I thought you abandoned me. When I came back, the Donovich finished the ritual, and I had no choice but to see my father be walked on his last way. The burial was fine, but at the end, Strahd came to see us, and he wanted to take me away. I pleaded with him not to. He said that he would kill my brother if I wouldn't go, and that he took him prisoner in the castle. I begged him to let him go, and he said that no, it was part of his plan, to which he knocked me unconscious and everybody else. And now you're here.
And how many times has this happened?
This is the third time that I see Strahd.
And you always fall out cold as well?
No. The first time he was pretending to be somebody else. He disguised himself as an adventurer and tried to charm himself.
When I excuse you, miss, but when I asked you, is there a possibility that your brother was disguised as someone else? or someone else was discussing as your brother, you're like, nah, no one can do that here. Apart from fucking Strad.
Well, I told you that everybody can do this. It's just that they don't choose to do it because they're prideful.
Except
Strahd wanted something from me, and he pretended initially because he thought that it was easier to win me through love than fear. When he realized that that failed, his next attempts weren't so kind.
Why haven't
Yeah.
he taken you yet? Because if he dropped you out cold, why didn't he
I don't
take
know.
you now?
I don't know what he wants from me. If he wants my love, if he wants my body, if he wants my soul, I don't know. I just want him to leave. I want him to die so that we're free of this eternal curse. I'm tired.
I'm a little bit I think we should go back to the church and talk about this.
Very well. That's
For
okay.
the mansion.
We can go to the church or my house, and we can continue this conversation.
I'm just a little bit. I think the church is the only place really.
Well, wherever you want to go, I will follow because I can't.
Which one is safer, the church or your mansion?
The house would be safer as the doors are.
Can I do an inside check to make sure she's not lying?
Sure.
I don't trust her.
Don't you want to do an inside check to see if she's actually her?
Okay.
It's
11 for lying.
You don't notice if she's lying.
Does anyone else want to try? I just don't. I think this is dodgy as fuck.
Okay, I'll check it out. Can I check it out?
Sure, you can all investigate her for deception.
Nat
Did you roll
20!
nat 20?
Fuck!
Oh,
Yeah, it's a nat 20.
sweet. You take a look at her, and you try to sense if she's lying. She's not. What you do figure out is that you get a sense that she is older than she looks. Her flesh may show a certain age, but what is within her is older.
Imagine if she's a vampire all this time. Fuck.
But she is telling the truth.
Can I
That
touch her?
is
Can I
certain.
touch her? Can I touch her?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
gonna touch her.
You want to
Yeah.
touch her? Sure, you've been dying to touch her.
You go
Okay.
face. I just go like this, and I'm like, is she hot or cold?
She's warm.
Damn
I know what you did there.
I'll help her getting up and get the hell out of.
Of course you do.
cemetery. No.
Okay. You help Irina.
Yeah.
What about the rest? You're still knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna leave them in the cemetery at midnight?
I don't care about them.
Okay.
I go to
I don't care
Irina.
about them completely.
What do we do about them?
Hold on. What is
Actually,
your
I'm a
guys'
good person.
morality?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Where
I'm
are you
actually
guys
a good
on the
person.
spectrum?
You
Chaotic
know exactly what's my spectrum.
Chaotic neutral.
I'm a good though,
Yeah.
so I guess I'll be.
I'm chaotic neutral, so
Do I have to tell?
Depends on you. I mean, if you guys want to role play based on your allegiance alignment. Alignment. There you go. Thank you. If you guys want to play through your alignment, there may be benefits for you.
Well, I'm doing it. Strangely, I'm doing it.
How many people are there?
There are 4 caretakers or pallbearers that carry the casket, and the priest Donovich. So that's 5 people.
Do they
So
say
I've
that
only
they
Plus
can-
Irina, so that's 6.
I've only got one more healing word.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have.
Doesn't healing word affect more than one people?
Can I do a medicine check to see what would help them to wake up?
Yeah, sure.
A slap
Go
in
ahead.
the face.
Roll for medicine. Medicine. There you go. Get healed, bitch.
8. Even with my it's a proficient though, but it's plus
8?
4 just 8.
Okay.
So much.
You remember that as a kid, you would play some pranks with your parents, as your parents were, making herbs and potions all the time. They would somehow accidentally create very smelly substances. So you remember as a kid that creating such smelly things would, be funny when you put it under the nose of somebody that's sleeping, as they would twitch and be scared straight, or smelled straight in this instance. And you have those ingredients in your backpack, including a shit ton of garlic that you needed to make it. So you could.
Okay, I go and make it into a little thing.
While she's making all of that, and she's remembering the memory with the garlic. I'm close one of the other ones.
Yeah.
I just slap him.
Yeah, you could.
If you wake
Could
up.
you roll a damage attack? Could you roll for damage, please? Roll
What
for
the hell? And it dies.
An arm start strike. It's a 10 to hit.
it hits.
He's unconscious.
I mean, he's unconscious and prone. Would you expect for him to dodge?
And it's a 1.
You still hit.
Yeah, it's a 1.
No, you still hit. You hit him, and
It's
it's
damage.
No, it's a 1 damage.
you slap him in the face,
You kill him.
and well, nothing happens. He's just like, it's like slapping a wet fish. It's cold. It's cold. He's damp. His skin is.
Does he
cold to
feel like
touch, like
he's
fish.
almost... Does he look like he's at at death's door?
No, but he definitely doesn't
Do I feel like I can slap him again?
Sure.
I slap him again.
Actually
Same.
losing time with these people.
The same result.
I'm trying to
He
wake them
is-
up. What do you want to do? Leave
You
them?
did like, and then nothing.
Can I? Okay, now I've got my little potion. Can I go and take it to their noses? I'll take it to
Okay.
the priest's noses first.
So you approach Donovich and you place the smelling salts under his nose, and he's just like, "Why is that concoction? Oh yeah, my nose! Ay, bagami až pula que non se le chica cats on the plateja."
I'm just speaking your own language.
Huh?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
And he just looks at you and says, "Did the devil get us? Are we dead?" He looks around. He sees the pallbearers on the ground. He sees Irina up, and he says, "Oh no, we're still cursed, aren't we?"
Yep.
Yeah, but
Pretty
if
much.
we keep staying here, we'll all be dead soon enough. So maybe move on.
Yeah, so can you help us wake them up? Hey,
So Irina, Aoife, you go through to the other people that are on the ground. You do the smelling salts test under each of them, and yeah, they all wake up. But one of them seems to be like, somebody hit me. My jaw hurts.
Yeah, probably
What
Strahd.
happened? Oh, yeah.
you fought Strahd and lived to tell us a story, so be glad about it.
I fought Strahd?
I don't
Well,
think
was I
we can
thinking?
call it, and we're doing this while walking. Yeah,
of course.
I don't think fighting is the right word.
Ugh.
You got hit by Strahd. and survived. That's good.
Oh. Maybe he's not as strong as everybody thinks. If I can live, then so do the guards. And I'm going to tell everybody. And he just starts running towards the village. You guys can fucking see
Spread the word.
I will. And he just goes.
And I just shout out because I am a good person, right? Annoyingly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, he's lying to you. He's lying to you. Come back.
What?
He's
I'm
so
not lying.
far out of your distance. He can't fucking hear you anymore.
Damn it.
I'll be dead in a week.
It's time for you guys to deal with the consequences of your actions. And at this point, since we're heading towards the church, I will call it the night. Thank you for joining me. We will resume this passion play on Strahd's Curse next time. If you guys want to, it can be next Friday as well, if that's okay.
Next Friday.
What do you guys think?
I'll be in Belgium.
Yep.
Okay, so the 10th then? Sorry, the
What are
9th?
you doing on... Wait.
If the second...
Fabi, what are you doing on the 2nd?
On the 2nd, fuck, give me 2 seconds just to check it out.
It would be cool if you two were together and stuff like that. That'd be funny.
Roster for
Is it
June.
next weekend, isn't it? Yeah.
On the 2nd of June, I'm doing late shift, so I can only start playing after 10:30 p.m. Belgium time, which was like today.
11 something.
Well, that's fine with me. I can make it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's a long weekend in New Zealand, so
social things to do.
I know.
Yes.
And I'm still debating what I'm gonna do.
Dating life. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
On the 9th.
On
the 9th will be the day I'll come back, so no.
Okay, well, I'll try my best to do the 3rd. I just need to figure out what I'm doing that weekend.
Okay.
So it'll be about 8:30 for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the same time as this time.
Same thing.
As long as I think maybe if it's not until 2